"You see, Hannah," said the lady, "this was once my bedroom when I was a little girl. I have kept it just as it was to remind me what a happy childhood I had. And because I looked after my toys, they are all as you see them. And they're very, very old. Do you look after your toys, Hannah?" "Yes," said Hannah. "I try to put them all away in the same place in my bedroom so that I can find them when I need to play with them the next time." "That's very good," said the old lady, with a smile on her face. "Then I shall have to talk to your mummy and see if she will let you come to see me again and stay on your own. Then we can play with my toys just like I used to do when I was a little girl. Would you like that?" Hannah nodded her head and said, "Yes, please." "Then let's go downstairs and ask your mummy about it, shall we?" Hannah grasped the old lady's hand, and they left the bedroom, closing the door gently behind them. When they reached the room where her mummy was, she opened the door just in time to see Mummy finishing the last cake. "Mummy, oh, Mummy, you should see all the toys that the lady has in her bedroom," said Hannah, and went on to tell Mummy the whole story. "So can I come again, Mummy? Please, please," she pleaded. "Of course you can, darling," said Mummy, and made arrangements for her to take Hannah to the old lady's the next day. It was one of the best days out that Hannah had ever had. Not only that, but the lady invited Hannah back again and again. Hannah and the old lady became very close friends. One day, when Hannah was at the old lady's house, the old lady said to Hannah, "Have you ever wondered where toys come from or how they are made?" Hannah shook her head and looked puzzled. "Well, you see," said the lady, "the toys that are not made by Father Christmas are made in toy factories. Would you like to visit one and see how toys are made?" "Yes, please," said Hannah. "And we will have some tea and cakes while we are there." When the day of the visit to the toy factory arrived, Hannah had not been long in the house when the old lady called for her to put on her coat, as the car which was going to take them to the toy factory had arrived. They went to the front door, and there stood a huge black car, positively the biggest car that Hannah had ever seen. Standing beside the car and holding open the car door was a man dressed in a black suit with lots of gold buttons and wearing a black hat, the like of which Hannah had never seen before. "Come on, jump in, Hannah," said the old lady. Hannah stepped into the car and made herself comfortable, and the car sped off down the drive and onto the main road. After what seemed quite a long time, the old lady said, "Here we are," and Hannah could see the factory. It was set back off the road, and they had to go through 2 large gates and up a long straight road to reach the front door, where the car pulled to a stop. The driver jumped out and opened the door for them both, and Hannah and the old lady walked up the steps and into the building. "This way, Hannah," said the old lady, and they went through the door into the factory. Well, Hannah could not believe her eyes, for right in front of her was a huge machine making thumping noises, and at the far end she could see dolls' houses coming out on a moving conveyor belt. There were men lined up on either side of the conveyor belt. They had pots of paint and paintbrushes, and were busy painting the dolls' houses in all sorts of lovely colours. One machine was making beautiful rocking horses, and Hannah was allowed to test one of them. It was so exciting. After a while, when Hannah had seen everything, the old lady took Hannah by the hand and led her out of the factory and up some big, wide stairs. They came to an enormous, polished wooden door. "Now, Hannah, I have something to show you." There, in front of her, stood one of every toy that she had seen being made in the factory. "Sit down on that stool," said the old lady. Hannah sat down, and the old lady sat down on a stool at the other side of her. "You see, Hannah," said the old lady, "when I was a little girl, about the same age as you, my daddy used to be a carpenter, and he made all the toys that you play with in my bedroom. Other mummies and daddies wanted him to make toys for their children, and before long, that was all he did. He was so busy that he opened a factory so that mummies and daddies all over the world could buy toys for their children. When my daddy died, he left me to carry on the factory. You see, Hannah, this is my toy factory, and all the toys in front of you are yours. Do you think you can find room for them in your bedroom?" Hannah didn't know what to say. Tears of joy ran down her face. They hugged one another, and the old lady said, "You are the best little friend that I have in the whole wide world." The old lady made arrangements for the toys to be delivered to Hannah's house the same day. Hannah still goes to the old lady's house to play, but now and again the old lady comes to play in Hannah's bedroom. They always have a wonderful